You know, there are some things in this country that once you hear them, you just wonder whether you're in a third world country or if you're in hell. Can you imagine that NTSA speeding fines are now being paid to a bank account belonging to Ruto's relative? You don't even have to take my word for it. Just listening to the expose from Rigiji.
Kuna mambo ya speed guns imewekwa katika kila barabara with instant fines. Wale wamelipa hiyo pesa haijaenda kwa NTSA, imeenda kwa Jerono ambaye ni relative ya William Ruto. Kwa hivyo hii maneno ya speed fines ni pesa William Ruto anatafuta na relatives yake. Itakuwaje pesa inatakiwa iende kwa account ya NTSA imeenda kwa Jerono? How? This man has captured NTSA. He did a tender for 42 billion ambayo inaenda kwake na familia yake. Kwa hivyo tunaambia wale watapigwa speed fine wasilipe kwa NTSA, tupewe account ya NTSA ambaye haipitii kwa e-citizen, ambaye watu watalipa kwa NTSA, hiyo pesa iende kwa serikali. Hatuwezi lipa pesa kwa William Ruto na familia yake.
And if you thought it was a joke, here's a public testament.
Catherine Jerono must know the president very personally and up close, because tell me why ukifainua na NTSA hizi speeding fines wameintroduce tena, ukilipa pesa inaenda kwa account ya Catherine Jerono. Wow, Mr. President, hii hata ufiti.
Nakwambia, the appetite that this Kalenjin-led government has, I have never ever encountered in my entire life. And that says a lot, considering that I'm a Luya. Anywho, be that as it may, in this video I want us to look into some of the reasons why Catherine Jerono Tomno is the one receiving funds from NTSA fines. And so with no further ado, let's get after it. Number one, we the people know that this is a classic case of Ruto eating with his little cousin. But for the sake of a balanced argument, let's see what the president's exhauster, Dennis Itumbi, has to say in Ruto's defense. And I quote, "Some people who should know better have abandoned facts and embraced fake news. Instead of informing Kenyans, they're deliberately misleading them. Take the claims about the NTSA fines payment. The viral narrative was that the money was paid to someone called Cherono. That is simply not true. The receipt clearly shows that the biller was NTSA fines. The payment was made through a KCB bank agent. As with any bank transaction, the receipt displays the name of the agent who processed the payment. In this case, that agent was Catherine Jerono Tomno. She did not receive the money, she only facilitated the transaction on behalf of KCB. To make the false story believable, those spreading it shared only parts of the receipt and left out the section that clearly identifies the biller as NTSA fines." Huyu Itumbi ni kama alipigwa na spana kwa kisogo akiwa kijana na akawacha kufikiria. Why are agents' names appearing on NTSA fines? And most importantly, why is the agent from the same community as the president? Why couldn't it be a Wafula or an Ali Muhammad? Every time Itumbi speaks, this explainer from Nelson Harvey is all I hear. Roll the tape.
You know, where I come from, the king and the chief is not permitted to fart. In the likely event that he farts, there is always a gentleman by the name Omunyambi, the king's exhauster, who takes responsibility and liability for the king's fat.
Itumbi, continue micromanaging Ruto's fats. One day you might suffocate and collapse from the toxic ingestions you are used to consuming. Number two, worth noting, in the financial year 2024, NTSA collected 1.7 billion shillings in traffic fines. Guess how much they are projected to collect by the end of year 2026? A whopping 29.6 billion Kenya shillings, thanks to all these silly traffic cameras. And all of it, or most of it, is going through the hands of Ruto's little cousin. Now what happens if he is favorite grandson? Si utapewa sha ununue nayo Maybach. You know, sometimes vitu zingine it's shooting yourself in the foot. Ni mtu tu kujiharibia. Why would you put an agent from your same community? It shapes a narrative. Assuming even this person is not even a relative of Ruto, has nothing to do with Ruto, their name just innocently appeared there. Guess what? It still befalls their own negligence. Kuna vitu zingine unaangalia unasema hapana, hii itakuwa conflict of interest. Mimi ni rais na mimi ni Mluya. Watu wakilipa fine wanaona hapo Wamalwa ndo wanapata pesa. Si watasema huyu ni ndugu yangu, toa hii kitu haraka mara moja. A logical person would have said that. But an illogical person will come out to defend it the way Dennis Itumbi is doing. This is one nasty government. Sijui kama tutawaipata ingine kama hii. The levels of eating imeshinda hata ile ya Christmas. Hakuna mbuzi utachinja Christmas ushinde hii kukula yenye hao watu wanakula January to December. Anywho, be that as it may, perhaps I'm just being a hater. Let's see what Kenyans next have to say in response to Itumbi's nonsense. And I quote, "The government critic said, what you are trying to spin here doesn't even add up. How did the person who received the money end up being an agent? Why is an agent receiving money on behalf of the bank?" Raphael Musau said, "Why are the fines being paid to KCB and not to the pay bill that collects government revenue? I thought your president wanted all government revenue to go to one place to avoid theft, ? Samu said, "What was your jinga bana? Stop cooking stories. We already know how the irredeemably corrupt Yamunes are, looting this country dry with the blessings from State House. You included MF." Mudhoni wa Mudhomo said, "This spin is lame. Why does the government go to an agent when we pay through the pay bill? This is meant for two-term people who believe anything." M. Bellick said, "We pay all other things to NTSA via e-Citizen. Why is traffic fines being paid in a KCB account? What was your jinga bwana?" It's another good reason for you to vote one term. Having said that, guys, that's just my opinion. Do drop me your comments in the comment section below, and I'll do my best to read them and to give very response. So without here, today's ads of the day. Interior design is one of those things you can't afford to get wrong. So if you're looking for experts to do your gypsum, wainscoting, paintwork, tiles, washrooms, and kitchen, reach out to Dhaka Living on 0706 026 218. That's 0706 026 218. If you're in need of electrical wiring, solar installation, or electrical fittings such as strip lights, snake lights, downlighters, or chandeliers, contact Engineer Wycliffe at 0707 476602 and he'll get your house dapped up. Now, if you're here for the first time, please go on and hit the subscribe button. And if you're watching for a different platform, just head on over to YouTube, search for David Wafula, hit the subscribe button. You're going to be getting a ton of content of this nature. If politics is something you're passionate about, this is definitely the one channel that you really, really need to subscribe to. All right, guys, adios. Thank you for choosing David Wafula as your primary news platform. We put countless hours in research, recording, and editing. By showing up each and every day to watch our videos, you encourage us to generate more videos for the viewers. We are on a mission to inform, educate, and build a better tomorrow. To our thousands of followers in a world full of presidents, kings, and queens, you are the real gem. Adios.